everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed On Air. We are getting closer to November 8th. What is November 8th? That is Election Day. And today we are going to be talking to one candidate from Firebaugh. Is that right?
Correct.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Eliseo Gamino. I'm currently the incumbent. I am the school board clerk.
Okay.
4 years serving under the pandemic has been a really eye-opener, but it has given me an opportunity to make decisions where my children are attending school in Firebaugh. We're proud residents of Firebaugh, long lifetime member, and be able to service and be the voice of the voters. So it's just been a great experience. I have great colleagues that I have learned from who've been there a lot longer than I have. And so I went in there with an open mind, and they just took me under their wings. I learned a lot from them, and I hope that I also contribute to the decisions that are being made to go in the right direction.
Tell me a little bit about Firebaugh and the district.
Well, the Firebaugh, pretty much we educate an average of 2,200 students, the entire district, more or less. Give and take away during the pandemic and so forth. Some students that are migrating, but it's a nice farming community. It's a great place to raise a family. Again, I'm proud to be from Firebaugh, and now being able to service as a school board member and really be the voice of the residents, and which is very important to me. And we want to continue to be able to do that very important work. But it has a nice river. We just had a $4 million West Hills Community College Center. So it's kind of the newest building in the state for now, and I'm sure there's other projects underway, but that's going to impact the educational level of all the surrounding communities. Education is what I do. I've been an educator all my life, and I want to make sure that I'm part of the educational decisions that we make, because it's important that we give students choices so they can excel to the fullest potential. So that's Firebaugh in a nutshell for you. But it's a great place to raise a family. I'm raising my 4 children, and I plan to continue living in Firebaugh for the rest of my days.
So tell me a little bit about some of the campaign hot button issues for you.
Well, I have many. As you know, I'm an educator as a profession, but I became engaged because, again, I'm concerned about the decisions that the school districts are making that impacts our children at the local level, but also at the county level. I just finished my race, and it was a great learning curve for me. I commanded the winner that really did an awesome job. That obviously at the county level it's very difficult to get your name out there, especially coming from a smaller community. But again, I think I planted good educational issues that no one's talking about. No one's talking about the port SBAC scores that the last 10 or 15 years prior to the pandemic. So we need to acknowledge that there has to be different ways to operate and improve the educational opportunities of our children. Why do I say that? Because all societal issues, we talk about homelessness, we talk about economic development. Well, everything is related to education. If we want Fresno County and to be more prosperous, we need to educate our children. When they don't begin to read at grade level by 3rd grade, they're on their way to the pipeline to prison or the juvenile system. And that is very sad, actually. I think our elected leaders need to pay more attention on the issues of surrounding education and not sugarcoat or not even bring these issues of poor test scores and the SBAC scores to the table, because that's what's contributing to our prison system. It's contributing to the high unemployment system, and it hampers economic development, if you ask me.
What are you planning to do if you win on November 9th? What's the first thing?
Well, first of all, thank the voters, because I work as a public servant at the behest of the voters. The voters say, we don't want you here, Mr. Gamino, thank you, but no thank you. I will respect that vote, and we need to, but still be engaged as a father. As a father, I get involved with my kids' education. I make my visits. I promote and advocate for education at all levels. And in fact, one of the programs that I've been highlighting and using throughout my campaign, and it will continue, especially now with the $40 million West Hills College Center in the center of the heart of Firebaugh, is that we have a good balance of standalone curriculum or standalone transferable classes, as well as vocational. And what do I mean by that? Well, most of the colleges and universities, well, mainly community colleges, offer a lot of vocational programs. You can take 2 classes and have a welding certificate, a child development certificate. But during an economic recession or for long-term planning, most of those classes do not transfer to a 4-year institution. Should that be your choice to move on to a 4-year institution, whether it's Chico State or San Jose State or wherever you see Merced? Parents as well as students need to know not all classes transfer. Some courses only count for credit at a community college vocational training level. And so it's very important that kids know that, because a lot of times the complaint has been, well, I took all these classes and when I transfer, none of those classes transfer. And they need to know that those classes do not transfer. They're more like enrichment. And so we don't want kids to waste their time. They want to take courses that lead to a degree that can help them eliminate college debt and so forth when they take classes in high school as well as community college. And my children are taking advantage of that dual enrollment program because it's an effective program. I've been promoting it and I will continue. And so I want all parents to take advantage and save $30,000 to $60,000 depending how many courses your child has taken. If they started since 8th grade, 9th grade, again, each program is not necessarily, it's not for all, but in Firebaugh, all our school board trustees support the dual enrollment program that is balanced, standalone programs as well as vocational. For those that seek a vocation, there's nothing wrong with high industry specific skills that people can make a great career out of. But it's the choice of the students that needs to be respected.
We've got about a minute left. Anything else you wanted to throw out there?
Well, there's a lot of buttons and hot topics in education. I want to make clear a couple of stances and when it comes to keeping our kids safe and vaccine and I know there's a lot of talk, but I do want to say that whatever decision on the vaccines and how we protect our children, as a parent, I do not waive my right to decide if my children who are minors, if they're going to go to a doctor, I need to be aware and I need to give consent as a parent. At no time would I ever jeopardize the rights of a parent to make those decisions. When my kids are older, after 18 or so, then they can make their decision of their own. Otherwise, I want our governor and all elected officials to be aware of the decisions they make when it comes to keeping our kids safe, but I do not waive those rights. The other thing is, a hot button in education is about safety. I work in many school districts by choice, including Fresno Unified, where some of the kids need a little bit more structure. And people talk about we don't want no police or on our campus, but we need to remember that's what the parents were saying. As soon as the shooting in Texas, Uvalde, everybody, what are the school boards doing to protect our children? You can't have it both ways, and as leaders, you need to take a stance. And some schools are effective without any security or police officers on campus, but others need them. And I know as a teacher, I want to feel safe too. I've taught in many places.
I want to talk more about that. So, how did the Uvalde, Texas shooting impact you as an educator, and how it relates to Firebaugh?
Well, the parents in Firebaugh and small communities are just as concerned as those in Fresno or anywhere else. I've been in certain lockdowns here in Fresno Unified where you hear the announcement, this is not a drill, lockdown. And a lot of things run through your mind. The first thing I do is once I get into a safe place under lock and key, I call my family and I think about my family. And I've been in the classroom where you don't know if you're going home or not. And so that's where, as a leader, that's what impact my experience has impacted the decision that I make, that we do need security and we do feel safer. And teachers know that if you talk in some of these school districts that don't have that structure, that they're working towards it, and you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the structure that these kids need, not only in school but at home. We do need to be safe, and so that has shaped the way I think as an educator, as a leader, as an elected trustee. And I will just be honest. I'm not going to say what you like to hear. I'm going to say what I've experienced, where I've been. Some of the kids have lashed out at me. They have tried to kick me or try to intimidate me. I'm a big guy, but it doesn't work with me. Luckily I've been tested in multiple districts, so I'm pretty confident in what I know. I still have a lot to learn, but again, when you go to any district with an open mind, you can only improve as an educator. And so, yes, my stand is yes on keeping our schools secure, protecting our kids and our teachers. Because, like I said, I hear a lot of people, well, I don't have a preference. You have to make a decision. Mm-hmm. You can't have it both ways.
Right. How can people learn more about your campaign?
Well, they can look up my name on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. Again, I just finished coming out of a county level race, and I plant those issues on education. Let's improve test scores. I don't think we talk enough about it, and this is why a lot of parents fear the fact that we're not being transparent. All school districts, whatever level, at the county level, let's be transparent and let's talk about those issues that we kind of want to sweep under the carpet, and that's poor test scores. We want to improve our students' educational achievement, better test scores, and better preparation for life. We educate children, like the famous saying says, we don't have to punish adults or incarcerate adults. That's the message. Everything, 99% of societal issues can be solved with a good education. So let's arm our children with a good education, and we won't have to worry about unemployment, homelessness, and all the other illnesses within our county, and whether it's drugs. There's a famous intellect from Spain, Antonio Escochado. He said, drugs and guns do not kill people or children. Ignorance kills. And the message is, let's educate the children. It's simple.
Election day is November 8th.
November 8th.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for the opportunity. Don't forget to vote. Exercise your right to vote, and hope to get your support.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.